what I saw of the little sketch show type aspect of the last one, I'm not sure what to expect of the OVA. I see that the length of it is actually quite a bit longer than an average episode, and that fills me with a bit of hope because, well, an unconnected story that actually just follows the main four, I would enjoy that. But right now, I think I just need to get straight into the episode because it is a little bit toasty in here, so before I melt, let's get going. Well, I kinda hope so, but at the same point, this is some good music to start off with and setting the tone. Even with the ability to teleport, I'm not sure I would be taking those kind of risks. You're here a bit late, aren't you? They are nicely fried. Well, you did do it in a wide open space with lots of spectators. But after she's just made so many fans, are they gonna... Who are those guys? Another authority that's not quite like Judgment. So that's the whole someone's watching me. Okay. I've not really seen anyone use any of those old school film reel machines at all. Got to practice her signature move. How could she resist the giant frog mascot? What's she so shocked about? Do we actually want to know? And in this opening is all we really need to see that they've been spending quite a lot of time together as a little friend group. Why was I in the bed? That's what that turn around and telling you to be quiet was meaning. It wasn't quite like the stares of the other bystanders. Keeping her kind of out of the public eye after everything that's happened so far would be kind of difficult. Those kind of stares she can deal with. So her abilities and powers themselves were, could have been affected. Just, is this another thing you've read on the internet? Okay, so people have those kind of feelings as though someone's keeping tabs on them all the time, but kind of reminds me of the Mob Psycho episode I watched. And there was nothing. You're making the poor girl hyperventilate. Some are affected a bit by her stories more than others. Huh. Well, she can detect electronic signals, so... That must be incredibly strange to be walking around because of the amount of electronics and like whatnot, just strolling around. Security cameras, 2 bags. Ah, I see. This kind of I mean, it's good that we have reached a stage where you can have that kind of security, but at the same point, it can be hijacked and used for quite nefarious means, especially by those in charge. So at the moment, we have a single instance of, huh, that felt a bit strange. Oh, okay, this is the second one. No heartbeat sound effect to accompany it this time. Good job. Usually those kind of arcade gambling places have an age restriction. Yo. Run! Why does he just happen to be in the vicinity every time there's something going on? Huh? Jumping to a conclusion with no evidence. So at first he was going to be attacked because he was staring, now he's going to be attacked because he isn't. It's not what it looks like. Well, they got out of that one easily. Well, I think the frog-faced doctor has his work cut out for him, piecing back her fragile mind. What the 男ですの Her voice actress can be entertaining. So you've actually agreed that there's actually something going on? No. So is the reason she wears shorts the extra security, or just so that no one can see that she's wearing those branded underwear? And you're saying all of this out in the broad daylight in public. It must be quite bad for it to completely distract her from. Don't make it too obvious. But they don't. They don't have to be looking that way if the whole place is, powers, and there was one girl who could turn herself invisible and whatnot. Why is it so difficult to understand? Or even imagine and contemplate in the first place? Not usually how you greet people throughout the front door. I could be wrong. Uh, sure. I would actually try it. That's actually doesn't sound too bad. Just happens to be a coincidence. So how are they going to be involved in this funny feeling? Someone's watching me whole thing. But you may want to find out if it's actually her just kind of having these feelings and nothing actually being the cause, or someone actually following her. How could you tell? It's not like she. Yes, we need more of the snake. I think they kind of just stopped caring about doing some of that translation there. Well, so you're going to continue pretending as though it's no, there's nothing wrong. To try and downplay the situation slightly so she's not overly worried. She is her personal knight. There does seem to be a lot more kind of, well, security, but this time, instead of cameras, people are just on the streets. I don't think she's really been sleeping too well. Hmm. The thing is, if she has that feeling as though someone's watching her now, then what are we supposed to gain from that? Someone can, like, cause that sensation from afar, or through walls or something. Eating. Milk. Right. She's not the only one to enjoy a bath after a stressful day, is she? Your cover wasn't exactly hard to blow. So, this isn't. So, you're interviewing the wrong person here. Okay, so now we need to go talk to the member of the swimming club. Are they still sitting there listening? Yeah, okay. Hmm. No. Rather than listening to her self-absorbed psychobabble, just talk to the others. The exact same. Description. Okay. Ah, actually, no, that information would be useful. What's the colour of that water? I would very much prefer having the whole place to yourself. Well, how she's feeling at the minute is for security rather than any. Hmm. Can I curl up into the fetal position? Oh, there is a towel in the mirror. It's just very hard to see. I think having the feeling that someone's watching you right now in this situation would be quite bad because there's the extra level of like you're completely open. Hmm. Are you gonna make a train of it? What? No one's using the massage chair? Is that reserved solely for the teacher? She does what she can do. Okay, this is a bit more than just someone's watching. It's a mirage, a hallucination, an illusion. Ah, what's it gonna be? That was quite the time skip there. This is... I like the transitions, but... the way they're doing it really does make it seem as though she's going insane. And is it... like we saw it was the swimming club member was also targeted before. Are they still going through it? Or is the target of affection now switched to her? I haven't had nightmares or anything in a very, very long time, so I'm quite grateful for that. Gotta keep her energy up. Hmm. Yeah, you've only got kind of scarce data to go on, so what would you really search for? Do you think of something by looking at the food there? Not sure what you can glean from it, but... pack up with some ammo, yes. Good idea. In case she needs to use it. Hopefully she doesn't just go firing off her railgun anywhere. They kind of anticipated that this is going to happen. She's that kind of character, not to just sit down and wait for things to blow over, but take matters into her own hands. If someone's staring at her and watching, make herself vulnerable, go down a dark alley. Force them out. I know it's an alleyway one, but could use a little bit of a clear up. And if she can feel the electricity running backwards, is it going to affect her use of her abilities at all? Okay. You'll have to run into them. Huh? Why are you out here using your powers again? But also, why are they just down the back alleys? Are they behind it in some way? Ah. Okay. I mean, if it was a little less obvious, it would be nice, but give us something to work out. Not just handed to you on a plate. Former power development. Well, this kind of goes against what they're trying to accomplish there. For what purpose is she tormenting electric-type espers? Yeah, I kind of guessed this much from the little bit of information she gave out earlier. Like being able to tell the GPS was on. She's reading, what, her thesis? Okay. Congratulations, Riharu. Ah, well, she's not against a quick search of the... Ah. Keep the equipment close. A member of Anti-Skill, who I think isn't going to be really keeping their job. For a flash grenade? Don't. Not the best way to wake up, is it? Has that given her ample time to just scarp her? Well, with being able to track down security cameras, hack into the grid, eyes are everywhere. Now who's watching? Nothing more inconspicuous than commandeering a boat. Well, what were they really supposed to do in that situation? So, what the hell is going on? As long as there's no construction work going on. Now who's chasing who? Please don't destroy the boat. She only borrowed it. Good save. That's gonna buff out fine. Everyone played their part. And now that that little mystery is solved, people can sleep easily. Until someone else creates a little device to disrupt people whenever they want. She's being awfully kind. There's a few there would look quite good. Ah, that was the motivation, was it? Okay. But when Misaka turned up, hmm. Seems like it's just a lottery of who goes to what school. Did you work that out? Without even knowing. It was, as I said, a team effort. And she's grown slightly, giving the praise out so she's not receiving all of the congratulations herself from her beloved One and so on. That definitely helped the situation, didn't it? Just keep eating, completely unaware of the devastation that she has started to cause. Deserved, but I'm feeling that she kind of enjoys it. Worth it? Some may say that she's a bit overboard. It's not really protection for the good of the massacre, is it? It's, well, we saw when she was drooling over. I really do feel for Uriharu, who she doesn't realise that what she's saying and the implication that it causes and getting people into trouble. Mainly because I don't think about what I'm saying most of the time. Those two that had their boats on are going to have a fun time explaining that one. I think Anti-Skill are probably going to try and cover it up as well. A rogue member of their group. If they admit a member of their own has been trailing people, making them feel uncomfortable, creating devices to interfere with how they perceive the world, maybe they're going to lose the trust of some of the public. Can't have that. But there we have it. If you enjoyed this episode and the questionable amount of security that it provided, consider liking the video and leaving a comment down below. And if you want to make sure to not miss out on future uploads, well, you should know what to do. And I would lay down the question of what's going to come up next, but thankfully, thanks to Patreon, I'm thinking that decision has been made. So, join me again. If you would like to be the eye in the darkness, keeping track on what I do, then consider joining onto my Patreon. Because if by now I had a problem with being watched, well, I'd be in trouble. So I need to thank Sal, Raywin, Electrican, Darthia, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Match, Rasmus Paulson, Gurley, Denmark 1987, ASD, Dark Show, 7899 and everyone else for letting me live in this low-effort Truman Show.